But this is what we're going to have to learn. We're going to have to learn what we already know, that all of the stuff we think we need, we don't need. All of the thing we think our life will be terrible without really doesn't matter all that much. I heard a story about a very rich man who bought this mansion up on top of this hill, you know. That's where mansions are. It's on top of a hill. No other, houses really around it, because mansions don't have zero plot lines. It's just there. But down the hill and down the road, there's this Amish farmer, and this is in Pennsylvania or Ohio, someplace. You've been through Amish country. Beautiful field, beautiful barn, simple lifestyle. He's out in his field with his straw hat and with his horse-drawn plow, and he's looking at this guy move into this mansion, and there's moving van after moving van after moving van. And he sees all of the furniture, and then all of the clothing, and then all of the decorations, and all of the belongings. And finally, after 1 or 2 days of completely loading that house with stuff, the Amish farmer goes up and knocks on the door. The guy comes to the door, he says, "I'm your neighbor, Brother Smith, who lives down the road." He said, "I watched you move in yesterday, and I just wanted to tell you, if you ever need anything, I want you to come to me, and I'll teach you how to get along without it." I want to close with this video, and it's about a family in our congregation that discovered a very important lesson, a very hard way. Nonetheless, it appears to be worth it to them. Watch this.
We've been married for 30 years. We've been accumulating possessions for 30 years, and in 2 minutes, everything we owned was gone.
We had this for you as breaking news at 5 o'clock, and tonight a local family is just sifting through the rubble of what is now left of their home after a fire breaks out in the garage.
This is the house here behind me that caught fire. Tonight, the fire department still has it roped off as they continue their investigation.
So I just got my parents settled down with their afternoon snack, and I was working at the computer, and I heard a pop in the garage and went out to look, and I realized that there was a glow around the garage door. Immediately realized that we had a fire. Turned right back around. "Mom and Dad, we gotta get out of the house. Let's go, hurry, hurry." Headed toward the front door. The flames were already coming out the eaves by our front door. Said, "We're not going out that way. Come on, come on. Got to get out the back." And by that time, there's still been no warning in the house of fire. The smoke started curling down through the skylights that were in the family room. And come on, we got to hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And my dad's 86, mom's 82. Getting out the door is not one of our faster. But got out in the yard. By the time we were out in the yard, the flames were coming out both ends of the eaves of the house. By the time we could get behind the fence, they'd shot through the roof. We had no warning of the fire from the time of complete engulfment. It was maybe a minute and a half from going about your daily task to the house being up in flames. Minute and a half, 2 minutes.
When I got the phone call from my wife, the first thing that went through my head was, is everybody out of the house and safe? And thank goodness everybody had made it out of the house.
Except the dogs. 2 of our little dogs did not make it out of the house. Once I got away from the house, I never came back the whole night. I mean, it was gone, in my mind, there was not going to be anything to see, and it was like, why do that to ourselves? It was stuff, it's not there anymore, and, we're out of the house.
Your first reaction is, why did this happen to us? And we weren't angry. It was, we'll survive, we'll move on. We've have faith in the Lord that He will provide for us.
Since the house burned down, we've been blessed beyond our wildest imagination. There's nowhere we can go in our community that people aren't asking what they can do for us. It's just overwhelming, the kindness and the support.
Losing everything we had has really shown me that we don't really need as much as we had.
Having stuff had become a bondage to us. You know, we just kept acquiring more and more, and with that, the responsibility of paying for it. So it was about paying for the stuff instead of actually enjoying it. You know, I think we used to say, if we just made $40,000 a year, we'd be so happy. And then if we made $60,000 a year, boy, we wouldn't have any problems. And it just, you know, you never have more paycheck than there is stuff to buy.
Sometimes you don't realize the stuff you have. We had 7 TVs in that house. Every room in the house had a television. And until you we have 130 pages of inventory so far with 15 line items per page.
Well, and that's multiple items on each. You know, like he had 27 pairs of athletic socks. I mean, really? It's like, you know, and that's a small thing. And, you know, 35 polo shirts. And, you know, of course, you don't get rid of everything, but it's like there was a junior hoarder moving into our house. I was out of control. Before the fire, I think I viewed money as what can I get at Costco this week? And now, I'll probably still go to Costco, but it's going to be way scaled back, and I know we will be given to church again on a regular basis. We'll be doing more things for other people again and just keeping it small. If I had to put this experience into one thought, I'd say I feel liberated. I feel like we got a chance to get it right a second time.
I thank God for helping my family through this. I thank God for the people He's put in our paths to help us make it through a time like this.
I've asked myself, is there anything God can throw in our path that He's not big enough to make me feel okay about? And it's like, I don't want to tempt God because, you know, life is hard enough it is, but I love God so much that maybe that's why this isn't that big of a deal to me, because there's just never a time when God's not big enough to make me feel okay.
That was the sermon. What I said was just the prelude.